Welcome to Consistently Creative Crew's digital demo of This Life Simple Page Kit number 10. I was out of town when we did this traditionally a week and a half ago, so I wanted to take a few minutes and show how I would recreate this one digitally. So as I always do, I take a look at the final layout, and you can see the sample page that Creative Memories provided for us. And looking at this layout, it is the left and right page are basically mirror images of each other, so it should be fairly easy to lay this one out. I have instructions that we provided on the Consistently Creative Croppers Facebook page that has the PDF for this layout. And not only does it have dimensions for all of the cut aparts as well as the photos, you can use all of this to help you set up the page. So the base papers that Creative Memories provided that were already printed, the only thing they have on them is this purple banner across the bottom, and it was on a light orange piece of designer paper. And then we've got the photos on that were set on the purple, and two photo mats and photos that were on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and show my artisan screen and get this set up so you can see. So I'm going to start out like I normally do by inserting a 12 by 12 shape that I'm going to utilize as my base. And that is going to be like a light orange or a peachy kind of color. I'm going to use that. I'm going to click create. I'm going to set my X and my Y at 0, 0. I could have done the same thing by actually going to the home ribbon, align and center that on the page, and that would actually put it in the exact same location. Then on our instructions, we had the purple banner. So that is 12 inches by 4 1/4. And it's purple. So I'm going to select a purplish color. I'm going to go with that one. And this is supposed to be 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. So if I look at 3/4 of an inch, it'll be right about there. And I can also note that it should be at the 7-inch mark, because this is 4 1/4. If I want it 3/4 of an inch from the bottom, that would end up putting this top at 7 inches. So that is the base paper as it was actually printed by Creative Memories. So the next thing is to do the photo mat that was green. So I'm going to pick a green. I'm not so sure about any of those greens. So I'm going to move over into the teal range. How about that one? So this one is 5.75 by 4 1/2. And that's going to be somewhere over here. And I don't have an exact measurement. And then there's going to be a vertical photo mat, which is going to be 4.5 by 6 1/4. And this one is going to be a darker orange color. I'm going to go with that one. Now on their layout, let me just slide this back down here. You can see their photo mat here has these white dots around it, and on their cutout, those are actually printed on there. So it ends up being a really, really wide photo mat. And that takes up a whole lot of space in here. And so they ended up not really aligning like this photo mat and this photo mat together. They didn't align them on the bottom. They're not really aligned and centered with the middle line here, because there's a little bit more space on the top than there is at the bottom. So I would say that the alignment of how you do these photo mats, you just want to make them work for you in whatever manner they will work. So I don't think it matters what you're going to do here. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and put the photos in as the sizes that they have. So the one that's here on the green is going to be 4.75 by 3.5. And you can see that is a lot. There's a lot of space around this, but that's because they had this white printed border. And I'm going to show something that we can do for that if you want to do that digitally. So then the empty frame for this one, it's 3.5 inches wide and it's 4.75. It's not 4.75. There we go. And again, I'm going to select the two of them and center them using the 2nd and the 5th on the QAT. That doesn't seem right. 3.5, 4.75. What size was this? 4.5 by 6.25. Okay, that's what I have. I'm not sure. That doesn't seem right, but I will keep on going for right now. And then the two on the bottom were 5.5 inches wide, 5.5 by 3.5. And there were two of those. So I'm just going to copy and paste and put them here. So I am going to go ahead and line all of these up with the middle line. I'm going to group these together. And so line them up horizontally. And then I'm going to ungroup them. So I went back to double check the dimensions of this photo that was over here, and there's a mistake on our handout. It should be 3.5 by 5.25, and then it will actually look a little bit more like what they have. So one thing that you can do if you want to go ahead and put something like they have that white dotted border around the photo mat, which I'm going to try to zoom in so you can kind of see they've got kind of these white dots here. So I am going to use a stroke using the software here to set that up. Now there's many different ways that you can do this, and I think there are many options to be able to do this. So right now I'm going to set this up as a 5.25 by 4-inch shape. I am going to make it transparent, and I'm going to use these dots, and I'm going to go ahead and make them white. And if I increase the size of them, I'm going to try to move this so you can kind of see. I end up with something like that. So there's a lot that I could do to play around with this and, edit it and make it circles instead of squares or dashes. So there you do have a lot of options within the software in order to do that. So you can just play around with it and see what you like. But I don't necessarily want to take the time to do that. But let me go ahead and do one over on the other one just so you can see how I did that one more time. So I inserted a shape with a rectangle. And on this one, I'm going to make the size 4 inches. And this one, I'm going to make the size 5.75. And that should be about, no, that's not 5.75. There we go. And again, I could select whatever kind of stroke I want and click create. I think I would like it to be a different one. I'm going to go ahead and set it to that one. And if I go ahead and center all 3 of those items together, I can actually get them all nicely aligned. There we go. So pretty much set up the way the original page is. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I want to do is I want to mirror this page and just duplicate it. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a mirror image of this page. And this pretty much is the basis for this particular layout. So that was pretty fast, simple, and easy. Actually, they're reversed. So I'm going to go ahead and click off and click back. So there we go. And their layout, they had a number of different design clusters where they had some other items on here. Oh, you know what? I do not have, I'm looking at the layout, I do not have this nice little stripe paper. So I'm going to go back in and add that. That was 3/4 inches by 12. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and insert a shape. This is 12 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And I don't want it to have a stroke. I'm going to make a solid color of white. And I want one of those at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it under my photo mats. And I am going to go ahead and copy and paste that. And again, I'm going to put it down here. And it will end up being snug up next to the purple. And then I'm going to paste it again. I'm going to put it on the other page. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it all the way down. And then I'm going to copy a fourth one. So even when you leave some design element off, you can always go back and change it. And since all of these are fillable items, I could fill it with a paper that had stripes, which I actually think is really cute in their sample layout. So again, here they've showing their sample again. They had a photo cluster here. They have another one here. They actually have a lot of little photo clusters, and then they use some corners. They put some things here in the center. There's a lot of stickers that they actually used. There is a really narrow border strip that they used here in the middle that I can't tell for sure what all it is. So, but it's a really cute page that they've created. So hopefully you followed all that and you were able to create along with me or go back and take a look at it. So thanks for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section here on YouTube. And if you do create a layout, we'd love to see it over on our Consistently Creative Croppers Facebook group. Thanks for watching.